I'm a busy man, officer.
This is about a missing person.
Well, so you said, but that makes me no less busy.
It's very important, Mr. Crane.
All right, why? Who's this person who's missing?
Martin Fitzgerald.
Your father? Oh, for pity's sake.
Now, what do you know about his disappearance?
Me? Why on earth would you come to me?
Because I think that you have the answers.
Well, I don't, so if you'll excuse me...
I'm not finished with you.
Well, I'm certainly finished with you. Now, goodbye, Officer Lopez Fitzgerald.
Either I get the answers from you, or I talk to your father. Maybe Alistair knows something.
All right, I will give you 5 minutes.
That's all I'll need. My father worked at Crane Industries for years.
This is hardly news, Luis. I'm well aware of that. Your father was a long-time employee.
And were you also aware that Alistair Crane called him the night before he disappeared? Called our house and asked to speak to my father.
Go on.
Now, I could only hear his side of the conversation, of course. I couldn't make out what he was saying, but I could tell he was tense. It sounded like he was being pressured. See, the next morning, my mother got this strong feeling that something was wrong. Now, she tried to talk to him, but he said that everything was fine, that there wasn't a problem, and went to work. Now, that was the last time that anyone in our family ever saw him again.
It's a sad story, but not unusual. These things happen.
What things happened, Mr. Crane?
Men abandon their families. I mean, that's what the police concluded, wasn't it? That Martin walked out the door and just kept going?
Well, that's what the Cranes want everyone to think.
Now, wait just a second. If I recall, there was a police investigation. Harmony PD was very thorough. They questioned Martin's co-workers.
But not Alistair Crane.
I really have no idea.
You know, why would the head of the Crane family want to talk to my father? What could they possibly have to say to each other? What is your family covering up?
All right. That's it. No more. I've heard enough. I know how you feel about my family. You hate us.
There's going to be more. Much more, Mr. Crane. Because there's no way I'm ever giving up on this.
Goodbye, Luis.
I'm reopening the investigation.
You're reopening?
Yeah. I'm going to find out the truth. You can count on it.
And you think the truth is that we know something about your father's disappearance and we haven't told you?
I don't think. I know you're holding back.
Well, you're right, Luis. We do know something. It's time you learn the truth. Remember the phone call my father made to Martin?
Well, then why didn't you say so when I first mentioned it?
Because Father and I have simply been trying to shield Pilar all these years.
Shield her.
Your mother is a valued and trusted employee.
You know, my mother does not need the Cranes to protect her. My family can take care of its own.
Well, I hope so, because she's going to be devastated when she hears the truth that you so desperately want to uncover.
What are you talking about?
You wanted it. Here it is. My father discovered money missing from the department that Martin worked in. Cold cash. Skimmed. You see, the fact is, your father's not a very good worker. We only kept him on for Pilar's sake. But the day after the money was discovered to be missing, your father was ordered to report to the office to explain. He never showed. Father and I both knew he'd taken the money, so it was no surprise that he didn't show.
That is a lie. My father is a good man, an honest man, and you would never take a cent that wasn't his. Never. I want the proof.
I can't show you the proof that your father stole money.
Because there isn't any.
You're wrong, Luis. There was proof, but my father destroyed it.
Yeah, I'll bet.
You don't believe that?
You're damn right I don't.
Well, no matter. It's done. There's no undoing it. It was wrong to destroy the evidence. But you see, I persuaded Father that Pilar had to be protected at all costs. She's terribly important to my family. Ivy relies on her for almost everything.
Oh, so you did this for my mother. You took pity on her?
Well, Father agreed that Pilar could not afford to lose her job, not with so many children to take care of, you included. And the scandal would have done you irreparable harm. And your brothers and sisters also.
Where do you come up with this?
Money was always a huge issue for your family. You see, Martin overextended himself by buying a house, the house that you continue to live in.
Yeah, we always had food on the table. There was never a day that we went without.
Well, of course not. That's because your father stole. He might have done it for noble reasons, but make no mistake, steal he did.
This is all such a crock. I don't believe a word of this.
Ask your mother.
What?
Your own mother wouldn't lie to you, would she?
Does she know about this?
Ask her how all the bills got paid. And ask her after Martin deserted you, how the bank helped her out with the mortgage payments. Ask her about the bonus she received that Christmas and every year thereafter. And you know who owns the bank, don't you?
Yeah. Cranes.
See, we helped your mother financially. And at the same time, we didn't hurt her by revealing the crimes of a deadbeat husband. Get out of here. Your 5 minutes are up. You should be loving the Cranes, Louise, not hating us.
Luis,
Mama?
what's wrong? What's happened? Is it Miguel or Teresa?
No.
Then what?
I went over to the Crane mansion and spoke to Julian.
Why?
I wanted to find out why Alistair Crane called Papa the night before he disappeared. Julian remembered the call. He said that his father wanted to make sure that Martin showed up for work the next morning.
Why would Mr. Alistair want to make sure Martin showed up for work?
You're not gonna like this, Mama.
Tell me everything. I have a right to know.
Julian Crane said my father is a thief.
My husband, your father, is not a thief. He was an honest man who worked hard his whole life for his family so that he could raise his children. And he would rather die than take money that wasn't his. And I won't allow anyone to destroy his name to make his own son ashamed of him.
I'm not, Mama. Look, if you tell me he was this way, then he was. I guess I just needed to hear you say it, that's all.
There is not a man alive who is more honest than my Martin.
Yeah, and there's no bigger liar than Julian Crane. I can't believe that I let him spout all that stuff. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm sorry, Mama.
Please. It's all right, really. You're not to blame.
Yeah, the Cranes are.
Luis.
I just wish that I'd known that they were helping us out before. I can't stand being obligated to them.
Well, I'm afraid it's something you're going to have to learn to live with.
Yeah, but you know one thing that I can't live with? Is having Julian Crane think that my father is a thief. I'm gonna prove him wrong, because one day, I'm gonna find my father. No matter what it takes, no matter how long. Hello. Okay, O'Brien. Thanks.
Bad news?
The APB on Papa turned up someone working under his social security number in Santa Fe.
New Mexico?
What's wrong?
It was always Martin's dream to retire in New Mexico. God bless you, Martin. Wherever you are. I know you never stole from the Cranes or anyone else. You would cut your hand off before you took anything that wasn't yours.
Even if our family was going through hard times, even if Papa had borrowed more money than he could afford to pay back, you've got to face it, Mama. If Papa's alive and well and living in New Mexico, then Julian Crane is right. My father is a thief.